everyone, Mckaiser Dragon here, and today I want to talk about PoE. I talked about this a little bit, but I want to bring it slightly more details to my best ability, which is not good at all. And my thoughts on PoE right now and going forward with PoE. Right now I haven't been playing PoE a lot. I'm kind of sick of the league and the state of the game. And so I'm just gonna be waiting for next league if they make decent improvements. And one improvement that they need to make in my eyes for the game to be in a more healthy state is to reward players for doing well. I feel like in the state of the game right now, you are not rewarded for doing well at all. If you do okay, you're punished pretty harshly, and if you do well, you're getting slaps on the wrist. But I still feel like it's like, why are we getting punished this hard? And I understand that, like, oh yeah, GGG is a very complex game and it's gonna, like, I know to some extent you're gonna die at some point in time, especially when you start pushing harder and harder content. But that's not reflected. Like, what's reflected is we want you to die, and when you're gonna die and how you're gonna die, it doesn't matter how much you calculate on any one build or anything. We're just gonna kill you. Even if you are prepared, we're just gonna kill you. And that's, to me, is not a fun game. Like, I want to be able to be rewarded by, at least in my eyes, to either A, make a cool build, or B, to not die if I want to build that way. I understand, like, the cool builds, and people are really good at this game. People know how to do both, right? They can make a cool build that doesn't die. They can make a cool build that dies a lot. They can make a build that's like basically immune to these things, but everything else they're like a leaf against a truck. They just get demolished. And I feel like they are pushing against the player base, the top people that like seem to make like the best builds, or like just figure out how not to die, and they're leaning on that and nerfing it and making it so that they will have to find a new way to play that character, or in some cases just completely demolishing that play style, like what they did with Blade Vortex for a while. But people learned how to make Blade Vortex work. Sadly, I have no clue how Blade Vortex works now. I'll have to learn that one day. I really love that skill, but they nerfed it into only existing to the players that know how to play the game, which is, for the overall health of the game, in my eyes, not that good. Because what happens to all the people that are not great at the game, that don't have 10,000 hours to truly learn what defenses work better with certain build types? Because I wouldn't even say specifically builds, but like melee builds, what's better for melee, what's better for range, what's better for a caster. And You can also see this in like the leveling and the progression. And the progression is if you're 3 levels ahead or 3 levels behind, you are punished. So either way, you'd rather be on level with the monsters itself. And yeah, I wish that would change, because what I want to do is buckle down, grind a spot so I'm overpowered, and then progress through the game like a lot easier. Because how I like to play the game, I like to just use the skill as soon as possible. Whatever skill I want to use that skill as soon as possible. And that, to me, is like how I learn what type of defenses I might want to use, or which ways I want to like alter the skill to work in other ways, if it's even viable to do that or not. I don't want to wait till maps to do that, because once you hit maps, like, you better have your build down, or else you're gonna die, and die a lot. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna die a little bit. No, you're gonna die a lot if you don't have things in order in maps. Unless, like, you can one-shot everything before anything ever touches you. And how PoE is now is over cluttered stuff, and that's also not as fun, because you're trying to defend yourself against so much stuff, and after a while you just can't defend yourself. And what makes it even harder is there's loads of debuffs being thrown at you, and if you're not immune or reduce the effect of these types of debuffs in a certain way, well, that severely weakens your character, and you are way more susceptible to dying. So it's just a constant fear of death now in PoE. No matter what you do, you know you're gonna die. You don't know when you're gonna die. And if you let your guard down, you are dead, basically. And I kind of get that vibe from Elden Ring. And Elden Ring, like, you may become good. You may, like, might be able to one-shot most monsters, and then, like, maybe 2 or 3 shots certain harder monsters. But if you let your guard down, they will remind you, don't drop your guard against me, because all I need is that one good hit and you're dead. Because that one good hit will let me do my full combo that I always wanted to do to just kill you. And then you're reminded, oh yeah, that's why I pay attention in Elden Ring. And I get the same type of vibe in PoE. And like right there, like, I don't even know what hit me after that. That's what I was kind of hoping for in this video, just to show you, like it could seem easy. The maps may seem easy, but then there's a league mechanic somewhere, and then you just die. You don't know what type of damage they're doing. You don't know. Like I mean, I could have read the mods, but reading the mods means you're not moving around, which means you're probably gonna die. And this is my point, is like, this is only a what maze was T8, I think I entered. And like, there's no point in where I know I can't die.
Must have time to gather.
At all times. Like, I know at some points there are times, but like just the wrong interactions, and this is what people were so mad at with like a Calandra, is like, if you think maps are bad, go to the lake. The lake will severely hammer that into your brain that your build is still hot garbage, and no matter how strong I make my character, it's just gonna die. Like, we're gonna go back in here. And I would be okay with this more if, like, I can buckle down and grind to make my character strong. Like, that's what I want to do in PoE. You just buckle down, grind low tier maps, and then like start doing content. That's a lot easier. So I feel like I could avoid that death, but like there's so much to think about.
I am no beast of
that after a while, sorry about the background noise. After a while, like, what can you do? Like, you don't know what they're gonna throw at you. You don't know exactly what type of damage they're doing. At the end of the day, if you don't have the defenses, and it's not like, oh, I guess this is the next point, is like, I would say they need to loosen the stranglehold of diminishing returns in PoE. That, or give us something that'll make playing the game and like slower progression feel more meaningful. Because like, if I want to tank everything, you don't just get 300k armor and you're perfectly fine. No, you gotta get probably safer bet. It's like 70k armor, then get spell block and what's spell suppression, and then get physical damage mitigation and get chaos resistance. Or if you're on the other side, you might go CI, but then that introduces a lot more problems than you thought you was needing to handle. And it's just, I feel like they're not truly creating creative ways to deal with the issue of players are just that good. Some players are just that good that they can turn basically anything and make it look super OP with balancing their game. And I'm really starting to feel like no matter what I do, like, I can't stack life leech only. Now I need life leech, then I need life regen, then I still need armor. I always feel like I still need more and more and more, but I can't get everything through my gear or the skill tree or my ascendancy. Like, I feel like I always still need a lot more. And yeah, when you're not so great at the game, like, that is a very big daunting task. If you're not going CI, getting a lot of chaos res and getting just getting all these layers without just butchering your damage is very hard. And then from there, once you actually manage that, then like, because like for me, I'm still stuck between like tier 7 and tier 11 maps. Like, if I try to push to red maps, like, my build I know is absolute trash because I can't tank anything. I can't do enough damage to anything. Let me see, my RF right now is like 165k, which is probably the best I ever done before RF, or any skill for that matter. But that, like, you build yourself up to handle these maps, but now you have to do even more to handle the even higher. I'm still trying to learn that. I'm really still trying to learn that, and it just doesn't feel great to play. You know, it takes me like 3 to 4 days to hit maps, and then when I hit maps, that's when I find out either my build is decent enough to hit T5 maps, or the build just sucks and I need a new character. And that's what usually happens with me, is after I found RF, is like, if this build doesn't work, then I just go to RF and play the game on somewhat easy mode. Because like RF like takes out a lot of things like a lot of other builds need. And that's my thoughts. I know there's probably a bit more, but like that's also what I mean. Like there's so many combinations and so much, and like just think like hardcore players what they have to deal with. They miscalculate in any way, and I feel like a lot of deaths I see from hardcore players, I feel like they're being a bit too greedy on thinking I can handle this and then just dying. Just a little bit, not a lot, but like at the same time, you do have to be confident to play hardcore, and then you have to, you know, they're not going in this like, oh, maybe this might work and this should keep me alive. No, they're going in like, I should not die if I reach these thresholds. And to some degree that works, but then this is the other issue with PoE, like there's no damage numbers, so you don't know how much damage they're doing to you. You just gotta hope your defenses and everything you built up on your character is good enough to handle that. And sometimes there's like a pack of monsters, they're the distraction, and the other dude's just walking up slowly, and then he just snipes your ass. Boom, you're dead. And it's just like, I can't even fathom like red maps and higher. So yeah, and until they can bring back the power and then adjust from there in clever ways, rather than to say, because to me that's what they're saying is like, I'm taking away your power, and also on top of that, I just want you dead. We're gonna do all this fancy talk about risk and reward and look how cool our game is, but and the true what's actually going on in PoE, it just feels like I want you dead, and that's how the game's gonna be. So hopefully they fix that one day, and yeah. Because if not, like I'm basically willing to just quit PoE and play other games. Because like I play games to, you know, to escape, and PoE is like, after a while, like you're just getting smacked in the face way too many times. And one last thing I forgot to connect is like, at least in Trade League, like a lot of the gear that is like really, really good or like decently good, they cost a lot of currency. Or they're gonna take a boss for you to kill, and I'm not at the point where I can kill a boss yet. Like, I can't. I might be able to kill Etsiri now, but like any other boss after that, like I have no faith in killing any other boss other than I don't even have faith I can kill Etsiri. Like, I'm that bad of a player. And ever since I played this game, like, there's no way. No way. Well, other than that, sorry for a long video. And then the loot is kind of disastrous in my opinion, a little bit. For the risk reward part they want to keep talking about and hyping up. Sometimes I'm not even trying to risk my life, and I'm not. I'm greeted with death. So other than that, tell me your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hopefully next week is good. Check out the Patreon if you want to support. And yeah. See ya. Good luck. What does she say? Stay sane, exile?